Ladies and gentlemen, happy Monday. Welcome back to Locked In with the Boys. Today is Monday, October 14th. Rodney, we got the Bucks jerseys on, huh? That means that the Bucks won on a Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. Crazy game against the Saints. I mean, kind of blew a big lead, but made the comeback and scored 51 points. So shout out to the Buccaneers.
Hey, shout out to my guy, Baker Mayfield. Absolute dog, yeah. So they were up 17-0 in the first quarter.
Yeah.
Then they gave up 24 unanswered points. And then they shut them out the second half. And what is 51 minus 17? Someone do the math there. They scored like 30-plus points without giving up a point. So shout out to the Bucks. Big W here today. And Rodney, in even better news, crypto markets are fucking gig-ascending this morning.
Yeah, is Uptober finally here? It's been Rugtober. We've been talking about it. You know, we've been waiting. It's pretty much halfway through the month. And it looks like the markets are starting to finally ascend. Do you think that we're going to have a big dump again, or we are going to continue to pump? What do you think?
I think we're going to be mostly up from here. I think we're going to be mostly up from here. And I actually kind of predicted this when I was talking about October. I was like, look, at the beginning, September 30th, we had Iran send the most ballistic missiles ever at once on a country. Yeah. Obviously, cryptocurrency doesn't like that. The world doesn't like that. So we kind of started off slow. But let's go ahead and take a look at the cryptocurrency market caps today, because it's absolutely ripping. I mean, there's not many times that you come in here and you check the global cryptocurrency market cap and you see the entire cryptocurrency market cap up 5.5%.
Yeah, it's big
on the day. So Bitcoin, 66,830, up 5.6% on the day. Ethereum up to $2,600, up 7% on the day. BNB at 586. Solana on Friday when we did our show, Solana was at $142. Today it's at $155.
Yes.
XRP 54 cents. Dogecoin on the move again, almost back to a $17 billion market cap. Tron has been at 15 cents for a long time. Now it's 16 cents at a $13.8 billion market cap. Toncoin 530. Cardano 36. How about Avalanche? Almost back to a $30 Avalanche. Shiba Inu has reclaimed a $10.8 billion market cap. Chainlink is at $11. Bitcoin Cash at $352. Polkadot not really doing too much. And let's go find our favorite meme coin in the world, Pepe. Still a top 25 token. Pepe up to a $4.4 billion market cap. So crypto looking good. It has been a pretty slow past 6 months. Like if you've been a crypto investor, there hasn't been much going on. The beginning of the year was so exciting, right?
Yeah.
The Bitcoin spot ETFs. I mean, crypto, like we had a $4,000 ETH.
Yeah.
We had a $4,000 ETH towards the beginning of the year. I think it was like 3,900.
Something like that.
Bitcoin to $73,000. And then it's kind of been downhill, but it does feel like the momentum's turning. And it feels like, you know, we're going to start to see a lot of these different cryptocurrency projects send very, very soon.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen a major shift in like the political landscape with cryptocurrency, which is bullish for cryptocurrency, you know, just in general. Obviously, the ETFs, we have big businesses getting into cryptocurrency. So it's good to see us pumping a little bit. We did see close to a $65,000 Bitcoin earlier this month. So I'm hoping we keep some of that momentum, because we did have a little bit of a pullback down to 59,000, which, you know, we pump and dump a little bit, you know, plus or minus, you know, a few percentage points. And it's interesting to see the perception, though, and just like the vibe on crypto Twitter, or just in the media in general, when crypto pumps a little bit and when crypto dumps. I definitely love it when cryptocurrencies pump, because everybody's fired up.
Everybody's happy.
Yeah, on X. But, you know, the big thing about us and a lot of people that follow us is that we're in the meme coins, and there's always something going on in the meme space, right?
Yeah, there's always news. But when it comes to like when crypto pumping, you could expect memes to pump twice as hard, maybe even 5 times as hard, right?
Yeah.
But that is something you see, especially on Twitter. It's like when crypto's pumping, everybody's happy. Enemies come together. They love each other.
Yeah, the big one.
And then whenever it's dumping, it's like it's just fighting, right?
Yeah.
And I really do think that you just have to zoom out and understand like where this shit is going. Yeah. Understand like how many people are talking about crypto. Yeah. I mean, I think we just get so caught up in what's going on a day-to-day basis. You don't really realize like Donald Trump has literally spoke at a Bitcoin conference. Kamala Harris is talking about cryptocurrency. Yeah. There's countries that now accept cryptocurrency, like El Salvador, who are building Bitcoin cities. It's like adoption has come so far since last cycle.
Yeah.
But I really still do believe, I was saying this since 2021, but I do believe this is going to be a meme coin super cycle. And we're starting to see a lot of meme coins absolutely run. That's a good segue. Let's get into some of these top meme coins here today. But every meme coin is in the green today. We went over the top 3. How about WIF? Almost back up to a $3 billion market cap. Number 31 token. Bonk, top 53 token at a 1.6. Holy shit. Popcat has flipped Brett. Popcat has flipped Floki.
Wow.
To become the number 5. Is that number 5?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 meme coin in the world. How about this, though? So we have Dogecoin, we have Shiba Inu and Pepe, which are on the ETH blockchain. And the number 4, 5, and 6 token are all Solana meme coins.
Yeah. Solana's starting to, break into like the top meme coins. It's been like that for the last year or so. Started with Bonk, then Whiff, then Ponky. And yeah, we have Popcat, another big daddy breaking into the top meme coins. Not surprised. This is the year of Solana, really. And as time has gone on, we saw a little bit of the like attention shift, like back to Ethereum, back to Base and to Tron. But it seems like Solana's coming out on top.
It's easy to use. And I think that
Super easy.
at the end of the day, it's like you have to understand that all of these people, think about 2021, 2022.
Yeah.
Solana was at $8,
Yep.
right? It's close to $160 today. A lot of people were buying Solana on the way down, and a lot of people were buying Solana on the way up. So their dollar, right? Let's just say they put in $1,000 to Solana at $10. Their $1,000 is now worth $16,000.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of people on the Solana blockchain have more liquidity to gamble into these meme coins, and there just happens to be a lot of degenerates on the Solana blockchain compared to other ones.
Yeah, lots of degenerates. And, obviously Solana went through a lot of FUD with the whole FTX situation. That's when it, dumped down to what, $8, $12, something like that at its all-time low. I think for a day, like went down to like $8, some around the $8 and $12 range. But time has gone on. The FTX situation is kind of behind us. I think we found out that even though Alameda Research did own, and Sam Bankman-Fried did own a bunch of Solana, and they were early investors, they weren't part of the Solana ecosystem. And we haven't had an outage in about 6 months. So that's good for Solana. I think it's the biggest piece of FUD going forward. But what we've seen is that this is the year of meme coins. This is the cycle of meme coins, and Solana's kind of reigning supreme. I think that ETH is going to have some of the bigger tokens, obviously with Pepe and SHIB, but I think that Solana may get like the lion's share of like the top meme coins.
Ponky too. We'll talk about Ponky in just a second, guys. We hit 1,000 people on the stream. If you haven't yet, guys, make sure to retweet this. But yeah, I mean, what do we say though about every single good project? They're going to face some FUD, right?
Some FUD, yeah.
And some is warranted, some is not. Pepe, they literally logged into the multi-sig, dumped tens of millions of dollars.
Still here.
Solana, I mean, it's just that they really can't control that. Alameda Research bought a lot of their supply when they launched. What are you going to do, right?
Yeah.
But they survived that, and now they're stronger than ever. Back to the meme coins. We can go ahead and see that. Floki is the number 7 meme coin now. Brett, number 8. Brett is actually performing well up to a 1 point. I think it was a 1 point. It says 1.1 here. When we take a look here at the DEX tools, it's 1.13. So yeah, pretty accurate there. 1.13. First year on Ethereum, up to an $875 million market cap.
Yeah.
Mogcoin on a tear, 812 million. Even Book of Meme is pumping. Yeah. 677 million. Every meme coin is pumping, man. It's
looking good.
I mean, if you just compare where we were at a month ago with these memes, I think Mog was probably at 400 million. Book of Meme, 300 million. First year on Ethereum, not existent. Bread on Base was down to 600 million. It's like, look, these are definitely more risky, but I would say that these in the top right here, these tokens that we're looking at right here have been in the top for quite some time. I don't really see too much risk in these. Yeah. I know there still is some risk because what we saw last year with Terra Luna, like a $40 billion project can go down, but these top 10, top 15 meme coins, for me, there's not really that much risk at this particular moment in the cycle.
Yeah, absolutely. I think with some of these big meme coins, it's kind of a layup. And what do we say? First of all, no one can tell the future, right? Like we've seen some pretty crazy catastrophes, not only with meme coins, but the biggest one that affected the cryptocurrency space the most were the Terra Lunas, were the Celsius, or the Voyagers, or the FTX, FTT. Those were the cryptocurrency products that wrecked the most people. We have daily wreckages with meme coins, but just not on that level. But when it comes to some of these meme coins, when it comes to fundamentals, I mean, I think for a lot of cryptocurrency products, there's still fundamentals. But with meme coins, how do we gauge like whether something's good or not? Community, right? Narrative, something. And what we've seen with a lot of these top meme coins, that they have all that. They have these insane narratives. They have insanely strong communities, and those tokens are starting to rip and show some stability. And more exciting than just Bitcoin and the rest of the you could say top altcoins, because I mean, they're getting the most returns, right? Meme coins are crazy. They're dangerous for the most part, but once they hit these market cap sizes, once they build a strong community, have a good narrative, and continue to move with the market, I mean, that's why they're the most exciting part of the space.
Yeah, they're just more fun,
way more fun.
When I buy Mog, Yeah, you can't.
And we're back.
And we're back, guys. That happens every time at 10 minutes. We're not really sure why, but at least our Wi-Fi has been working
Thank God.
a little bit more properly now. But what I was going to say is investing in meme coins it's definitely more fun. Do you think that alts are going to rip this year? I mean, they ripped in 2021. So for people that weren't here with us back in 2021, Bitcoin went to all-time highs and alts followed, right?
Yeah.
Everything followed, really. I mean, Bitcoin went to all-time high, alts followed, memes followed. But everything kind of went. What we saw this year is Bitcoin went to all-time highs. Alts didn't really move. I mean, we saw some movement. ETH, like I said, went up to 4,000, but not an all-time high.
No.
BNB hit an all-time high. Solana went up to $200 back then. I think it was around March or January of this past year. Are altcoins going to have a run? They have to. I don't see any world where Bitcoin runs to all-time highs and some of the top altcoins like Cardano, XRP, ETH, Solana do not hit all-time highs. I don't see a world where that happens.
Yeah, it's interesting because I remember last cycle, it was almost weird to like talk about meme coins because of the perception people had. And it was all about altcoins, altcoin maxis. I mean, XRP content, Cardano content, pretty much a lot of the top altcoin content was king on YouTube. And what we're seeing now is that not a lot of people are talking about those because they're just not pumping. Now, a lot of people I speak to outside of cryptocurrency or people that are in cryptocurrency, you had, I think it's Leah, right? Leah
Halpern
on the show, and she said that pretty much everything's going to go to zero except like maybe Bitcoin and Ethereum or something like that. That's interesting because a lot of people knock meme coins because they don't have a use case. They're not a layer one or some big shit project. But I think at the end of the day, right now, crypto is so speculative that people just care about price go up. And even with Bitcoin, Bitcoin's not treated as some sort of peer-to-peer payments or system or anything like that. It's treated as a store of value, digital gold. And I think the reason why people like meme coins right now is because, and I made a post about this about 𝗪𝗧. I like 𝗪𝗧 because there's no promise of anything, expectations. There's no useless use case or utility. It's just memes. And I think that's what people like about meme coins is that you're part of a community. There's no holier than thou mentality. There's no groundbreaking use case that I think is not a thing in cryptocurrency anyways right now. It's just community and memes. And that's why I think a lot of people like are starting to kind of flock towards meme coins. I think they will have an all-time high at some point. Now, I'm a believer of just because something hit an all-time high during its last run doesn't mean it's going to hit those same numbers again, especially for altcoins.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, we've seen it with Bitcoin, like Bitcoin Cash. We've seen it with Litecoin that hit like, all-time highs in 2017 during the 2 cycles ago. But in 2021, they didn't hit those same numbers. So it's interesting. I don't know. Hopefully we get an altcoin run.
Yeah.
But maybe it's going to be those altcoins that support meme coins like Tron, Solana, and stuff like that.
I mean, we saw Tron when Tron released their meme coin ecosystem. Tron pumped. Tron pumped. Solana's been doing well. I think it's interesting. We'll have to see. But as of right now, October 14th, I don't see a world where it's just Bitcoin and meme coins. I think that meme coins are going to run the hardest.
Yeah.
They are. Like we're pretty close to seeing a couple. Go ahead and pull this back up again. We're pretty close. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 meme coins that have now reached $1 billion market cap. There was a time when it was only 4, right, with 𝗪𝗧. And I do believe that First Near on Ethereum and ModCoin will be 9 and 10. Book a Meme, I think it might have even already been at $1 billion market cap. But man, all of these are running. I wish that we could take a screenshot of this and then come back in, a year and see where these prices are. I think that a lot of these ones in the top are going to be, deca billions. And that's kind of what we saw last cycle. Like SHIB literally went from $100 million market cap to a $49 billion market cap. Yeah. Once retail investors come into this space, we're going to see meme coins go on an absolute tear. And they haven't even come yet, right? Like right now, like people are talking about crypto, right? Like finance guys, like our buddy Mike, who's into crypto, he's talking about it. Like some of our friends who are more adept in financial literacy, like they're talking about it. But there will be a time where everybody is talking about it. Like when you go to the coffee shop, the guy behind the barista is going to be like, yo, man, you heard of 𝗪𝗧, right? There will be a time where there's just like every single person is talking about it. It's on the news. And you just can't avoid it, right? When you're in the Uber, your Uber drivers, buying shit coins. Like that time is coming. It's not here yet. And what do those people feel comfortable buying? They feel comfortable buying altcoins, but they like to buy memes. Yeah,
I think they like to buy memes because they see those insane stories of like the Dogecoin millionaire, obviously 𝗪𝗓𝗡, I think it's Crypto Messiah, the mailman or package delivery man who made a bunch of like 60-something million off of 𝗪𝗓𝗡. They hear those stories. Once we get some of those stories, which I think we will, they become mainstream. That's almost, and obviously when Bitcoin starts to really pick up, maybe 100K or something like that, I think we'll get more and more people into the cryptocurrency space. But yeah, I think that when it comes to meme coins, I think they do onboard a lot of people into the space. Even though I think Bitcoin's going to do that and Ethereum's going to do that, especially with the ETFs. Even if you're buying the ETFs, not actually going into DeFi and buying Bitcoin and self-custodying it yourself. But I think that meme coins are kind of like a way that people get into the space. Now, I've seen it go two ways. I've seen it go where people buy some meme coins, they get absolutely wrecked and are done.
Majority of people.
But then people buy meme coins, they learn how to use Uniswap, they learn how to use a non-custodial wallet, and then they just stay in the space for a while. And that's kind of what happened to me. I think that onboards so many damn people, and I think that this cycle, especially with meme coins being so popular, that's going to be the case again.
You got to get wrecked a couple times in order to win. Like it's part of the game. I mean, I still get wrecked all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
All the time.
Project looks good. Great website. Good branding, right? You put in some money, and next thing you know, it's at like a $30,000 market cap. It's just part of the game. There's not really much you can do to control it, but you don't have to bet a lot on meme coins in order to win a lot, right?
No,
if you get into a project relatively early, you put in $100, $500, whatever it is, and it goes from a $1 million market cap to a $50 million market cap. You did well, and you kind of erase some of those bad trades, because I think in order to win the meme coin space, you can lose like 8 out of 10 times and still win.
Big,
because all it takes is, I mean, you were even talking about, remember Giga? Didn't someone tell you about Giga at 1 million?
A couple of projects, at
a $1 million market cap, like.
And I faded it because at the time I'm like, I'm getting wrecked so much, I'm going to fade this one. And what is that, 400 million or something?
So if you put in $1,000,
shut up.
And I'm just telling you this for the audience to understand, but if you put in $1,000 when you found out $1 million and you didn't take profits till now, that 1,000 would be worth 450,000.
Crazy.
It's just how it works, right? It's just how like crypto works. But you put in that $1,000 to a bunch of other, like 20 other tokens, you could lose it all.
Yeah.
And if you hit Giga big, you're still in profit. So I think a lot of people I think they invest too much, in the meme coin space. You should only invest like a certain amount, where if you lose it, you still have chips to play with, right? You're not putting all your money into one meme coin and hoping it goes to a $450 million market cap, because it's probably not likely. But instead, you kind of divvy it up, right? You have some ammo to play with. So if 8 lose and 1 hits, you can still keep playing the game, right? It's because really at the end of the day, it's a wild lottery ticket. It's a wild lottery. It's gambling. It's gambling.
For sure, gambling. Yeah, for sure, gambling. I just started going out sometimes. I've been to the casino maybe 3 or 4 times. Really getting hooked on blackjack though.
It's fun, right?
Yeah, it's fun. But it's funny how a lot of people will like ape a lot of money into meme coins, and think nothing of it. But when you have actual cash and you're at the dealer table and you're gambling, I mean the thing is, it's the same. It's the same thing. You're gambling, right? Sometimes you win big, sometimes you don't win at all. And when you do win, though, we've seen a lot of people win big. And if I were to, ape into every single thing that people show me, maybe it'd work out. But the Giga thing hurts. And Cock Inu, like someone showed that to me at a $7 million market cap size, and I believe that hit about a $400 million market cap size at its all-time high. And there's been plenty others that I just missed. Now, round tripping, that's interesting because we've seen a lot of people round trip things. So talk about that a little bit. When it comes to taking profits. And obviously, guys, none of this is financial advice. We're not financial advisors. We're just talking about things that maybe we would do in the meme coin space. But we've seen a lot of people round trip like life-changing money.
Yeah, I think, well, here's the thing. It's very complicated, because at the end of the day, the only way to win big is to hold, right? Yeah. Like when we talk about that guy that invested $50,000 and turned it into 40 million.
Nuts.
You know how insane, but you know why? He didn't sell $1.
He didn't, yeah.
He somehow had the vision, understood where he was at in the market, understood what he was buying, and held 50,000. Like, not many people can do that.
Yeah.
If I put $50,000 into a project and it turned into 250,000, I'd be very happy.
Yeah, very happy.
That's if I put $50,000 into a project and it turned into $100,000, I'd be very happy.
Yeah.
So yeah, there is. I mean, look, I don't even know I don't even know what that guy had, like how that guy was able to hold. 50K to 40 million is stupid. I mean, dude, if you turn 50K into $1 million, that is an amazing, to 2 million, 5 million, 10 million, 20 million,
nuts,
25. He didn't sell when he turned 50K into 25 million. He didn't sell.
Wild. To
30 million, no sell. 35 million, didn't sell. He waited until pretty much the top, and he was able to get out. So, I mean that is a once in a I mean, more than $1 million, once in a billion type of trade right there. Like that's not going to happen very often. Because it just takes the perfect cryptocurrency project, the perfect momentum, the perfect timing. And it also takes a guy with really diamond balls to hold that, a guy or a girl. But in terms of round tripping, I always say green is green in the crypto space, right? If you put in $1,000 and you turn it into $2,000, green is green.
Yeah.
Right. If you walk away there, like you're still up. Right. And my brother, he has that investing strategy where he doesn't like put in a lot of money, but he's happy with a 2x, 3x, 5x, and he keeps doing that over and over. It's like at least he's winning every single time. Whereas other people, like for a lot of people in this space, 2x is not good enough ananymore.
No, it's
people
not.
want a fucking 1,000x or bust, and it's like that's where you kind of get in trouble because, I've fallen victim to a lot where I'll invest in a project. I think it's great. I think it's the next 𝗪. I think it's the next Pepe. It'll run up, a 20, 30x from, let's just say, $1 million market cap to 50 million. Don't take profits. Next thing you know, it's at 40 million. You're like, oh shit, it's down a little bit, but it goes up to 45 million. You're like, all right, we're back up. You wake up in the morning, it's down to 32 million, right? And it kind of keeps going down. And then you start to have the most powerful drug in the crypto space, which is called hopium.
Yeah, hopium, yeah.
Hopium. You start to believe, you're in the Telegram, the devs say they're building, hey, we got an exchange coming, we got some big partnerships coming, and you start to have hopium. So at the end of the day, it's like everyone's in a different situation. They just have to do what's best for them. But I do lean on the side of green is green.
Yeah.
And it depends on the project. I invested in Pepe back in 2023. I still have never sold it.
Yeah.
But that's just because that was a token that was just different. Like never once in my life have I ever seen a token get a Binance, KuCoin, and Crypto.com listing in the same day within the first week of listing, go from 0 to a $1.6 billion market cap. I was like, something's different about this token. But most of the meme coins, are here for a very, very short time. Yeah. Not a long time. So
I think the reason too, you were able to, and the guy, obviously who put $50,000 in and made 50 million. They paid attention to what was going on. And I think that they had enough foresight to see like the top of the market, because at that time it was a project, obviously 𝗪𝗪, that was doing very, very well. Now, the irony of all that is that the project now is pretty much dead, and it'll never get to where it was. The devs just got in trouble. They got arrested. They're going to go to court and probably face a lot of fines and jail time. But the moral of the story is that even though a project turned out to be bad, there was still an opportunity to make some sort of money. And the reason why this guy, I think he picked the perfect project, because these developers, which we know now are just blowing smoke up our asses, they were out there. They were getting exchange listings. They were doing interviews. They were online all day, every day. Yeah. So these people were kind of tapped into what was going on. And I think that's the difference between meme coins and just crypto in general. If you're like a passive investor, is that a lot of times you need to make sure that, you are tapped into what's going on. You need to know exactly what's going on with the project. You need to be in the Telegram, on X, just kind of monitoring like what's going on. Is there some sort of catastrophes or any sort of FUD? Do they have something coming, some big news? Whereas like Bitcoin and maybe even maybe Bitcoin and Ethereum, you could kind of passively like invest and not even pay attention to the cryptocurrency space. That's how bullish I am on Bitcoin. But everything else, man, especially meme coins, you have to be tapped in. But there's a lesson there. As long as the outcome is income, you can never lose. And of course, you're going to miss those 1,000x's and stuff like that. But if I could go back in time and tell myself anything, it's like, hey, man, when you're up, especially big sometimes, it's good to take some profits. That's what I would tell myself. It's good to take some profits along the way, because I've round tripped some things too and missed out on a ton of gains and those sorts of things. But the lesson is, a bad because most projects. I mean, how many projects are here? Meme coin projects are here from 2021. Just a handful.
10.
Exactly, just a handful. So it just goes to show that some projects may not work out in the long run, but there could be opportunities in between, for them to work out and you to make some gains. Because if that guy would have held $50 million, and what was funny is that that developer of that project actually called him out on Twitter at the time.
Shit on him.
Yeah, he shit on him and said, you sold your last token today. And that was like right when they started going downhill. So good for him. Good for you.
Yeah, he made $50 million. That never happened. Shout out to Big James, older fan in the chat. Shout out to Jayhawk. Yeah. Pull up that donation. Let's go ahead and see what that says.
Shout out to the boys.
$1 to $1 is happening, guys. We are now a cult. Hashtag flip the dollar. I like it. I like the branding. I like the narrative. Shout out to our guys at the Dollar Guys. Go ahead and pull up my screen real quick. And then I want to talk about strategy after this. Guys, go ahead and retweet this video if you have not yet. This stream.
Let's go.
We got 1,900 people so far. Almost 2,000 people have tuned in. If you guys are enjoying it, make sure to retweet this. Let's get up to 30 retweets, guys, if we can. 30 retweets. Hit that like button. Let's get up to 30 retweets, and we're going to continue on the show. And Rodney, we just announced a giveaway.
Yes.
We're gonna show that. We announced our winners. I think we should try to do a giveaway every week or every 2 weeks for our audience.
I'm down for that, yeah.
People that are here on the stream. That's how we grow a community. That's how we, give back to our people that support us as well.
Absolutely.
So go ahead and retweet this, guys, if you haven't yet. It's free. It's on X. We're at 21. We wait. Let's get to 30. Yeah. Big James, Hovey, Edgar. What's up, my guys? Brad. How we doing, Brad?
Sweet,
Guys, go
Brad.
ahead and retweet this. Crypto Pimp, go ahead and retweet this video.
All the OGs in the chat. Let's go.
This stream. All the OGs are here, guys. Happy Monday. Boys are rocking here today. So retweet this. And Rodney, here's our winner. So we gave away $500 of USDC.
Nice.
All you had to do is retweet the tweet, subscribe to our podcast on Spotify, and leave a 5-star review. So our winners are Flourish Bello and Highs Matthew. So Matthew, congratulations, guys. You both won $250 of USDC. Thank you to everybody that played. And we will be doing this more often. So shout out to everybody. And yeah, we are live on Spotify. So obviously everybody that's watching this right now is here live today. But we do upload our episode every single day after this. So if you guys want to listen to us after this, we will post it on Spotify. So you can get us on Twitter, live video. You can get us on YouTube.
Yeah.
And you can also get us on Spotify as well. Now, Roddy, we are exactly 2 weeks into Sober October. Can you pull it up, Coach? And last night was actually our 2 weeks alcohol-free.
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Better. Alcohol, man, I think alcohol is kind of like you just feel better. Like it's been a few weeks now. We haven't gone out and drank on the weekends, and you just wake up better. You wake up, just refreshed. Usually alcohol leads into a crazy night, but I feel better. I mean, it's one of those things where, I don't know, do we not go without a drink anymore? Or do we drink casually, like at a night, when we're grabbing dinner or something like that? But yeah, I mean, it feels good.
Yeah.
It feels good.
I'm still deciding, part of me, and shout out to everybody showing some support in the comments. The main thing was Rodney and I weren't problem drinkers at all.
No.
Like we could put it down.
Put it down.
Sure. We could put it down like
sure.
champs.
Yeah.
But it's not like we ever had a fiending to do it. The thing with society is that it's so socially acceptable to have a drink. When you go out to dinner on a Tuesday night at a nice restaurant, you get a bottle of wine, you get a couple drinks. Wednesday night, my mom comes over with her friends. We have a glass of wine. We have some drinks, right? Thursday. Now Friday, we go to a sporting event. We have a couple drinks.
Yeah.
And what you realize is that it adds up. It really does, man. And even because we both have these Aura rings now. We're not married, guys. We're not gay. We just show Rodney's ring.
Yeah.
We just have although yours is on. No,
I
yours,
said yes.
Yeah. So these track your sleep. And my resting heart rate when I sleep at night is usually 46 to 49 beats per minute.
Yeah. If
If I drink alcohol, even 3 or 4 drinks, my resting heart rate at night is 75 beats per minute.
And you never get the best sleep either. Never.
No. And then you're tired. So and then at 8 a.m. I have training with Coach. He beats my ass. I'm a little hungover. It just kind of is this bad cycle. And you don't realize it because it's so you can buy it anywhere. It's so socially acceptable that it's normal. It's normalized here. And it's not like you're doing cocaine or doing some crazy drug that is bad for you. It's oh, it's just alcohol. It's just a couple drinks.
Exactly, yeah.
Socially acceptable. But I mean, look, I started this with just cleaning it up for, a month, but I don't even know if I'll ever go back to drinking. I don't want to say never.
Yeah.
But, maybe if I'm in Italy on a yacht, I might have a glass of wine or two, but I can't see myself going back to just casually having a drink at dinner or, going out to a sporting event and having a couple drinks. You can have fun sober. And I actually do. I like to feel good. I don't miss the hangovers.
No.
I don't miss waking up on a shitty night's sleep, 4 hours. Fuck, what did I do last night? I don't miss that,
It's kind of a social lubricant, they say, right? It gets you out there, it gets you comfortable out of your comfort zone. Some people need it. But I feel okay going out without it. And the interesting part is, when it comes to drinking and being alcoholic, I couldn't imagine. I'm not the type that would be an alcoholic or into drinking. It's just not my thing. I'll drink with friends and stuff, but I won't have it. I won't drink by myself pretty much. But if you're an alcoholic, it's so socially acceptable, you can just go out anytime and buy more drinks. Whereas, other drugs, you have to maybe jump through some hoops to get it. But being an alcoholic must be tough, man. I mean, you have to, they try to ban it before, right? They try to make alcohol illegal, and we saw how that turned out. But it's interesting. But yeah, I feel better without it. Don't need it.
Yeah, my mom was saying that her friend is an alcoholic. Bro, she doesn't drink. She'll start to have seizures.
Yep.
Within 3 hours.
Yep.
You know how crazy it is?
Crazy.
It's hard to comprehend that your body can become so dependent on something that if you don't get it, alcohol, your body will have seizures.
Yeah,
you know how crazy that is?
Yeah, I had a roommate who had a significant other who was a crazy alcoholic. This is when I lived in Portland. She would wake up and drink a light beer, in the morning, instead of some morning water, just a morning light a morning natty ice or something like that, which is crazy. But yeah, it's something that you just can't stop cold turkey without going to like some sort of like detox
That's
clinic or
fucking
something. Nuts.
Because I stopped alcohol. I haven't had one craving for it.
No.
I never thought about it. The nicotine was tough though.
Nicotine is tough.
The nicotine was like, whoa.
Worse. Yeah.
3 days of like, I mean, you really feel like shit.
Same thing too. You can buy that anywhere, you know?
Yeah.
Same thing. And nicotine's one of those things where when you smoke cigarettes, you know, like you have to like go outside for them. Like people can smell them, but Zins or like vaping, like,
I mean, dude, we had them in every single day. Shout out to Dollar. They said commandment 1, thou shalt send $1 to $1.
Like the commandment.
Shout out to, I like the commandments as a Jewish man. But we had a Zin in every second of every day.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to like now I look back on it, coach can agree. I would throw 3 in every live stream.
Yeah.
They last 40 minutes. Why was I taking one out, putting one in?
It says an hour, but
I would throw 3 in every live stream.
Suck the flavoring out.
We always have one in. And then you realize that, like, I mean, those 3 days when we got off them were tough. I did smoke a couple cigars, like in the meantime, but I actually did.
It's nowhere near the level. You know, it's nowhere near the level. Same thing. You know, it's nowhere near the level of, you know, what it used to be, you know.
Exactly. But I feel better with that. I actually feel like less anxiety, you know, like it's nice to wake up in the morning and not fucking put a Zin in.
Yeah.
I don't like to be dependent on anything.
Yeah, you're big on that. Yeah,
I don't like to be dependent on anything. Like even coffee right now, like because it was Yom Kippur this past weekend, so you do a fast.
Yeah.
No coffee, no phone,
Tell
no
them about
food.
that. That's interesting.
Yeah, so it's the Day of Atonement. So it's like the most important Jewish holiday, Yom Kippur, and essentially you fast.
Yeah.
You know, you suffer a little bit, and so you don't drink any water. I drink a little bit of water because I'm outside walking in Florida. I don't want to fucking have a heat stroke. You don't eat food. And it's 26-hour fast, no TV, no phones. But I didn't do any coffee, and I was like, holy fuck.
Oh my! Yesterday, I had like 2 sips of coffee. I was just having a lazy day yesterday, and I had a massive headache going to bed, and a massive headache this morning. Had an energy drink, and I'm fine.
Yeah, that's next for me. Is I'm gonna wean off coffee because I don't like to be dependent. I don't like to wake up in the morning and I don't like to be dependent on anything.
Or just have like a shot of something, like something small.
Yeah, I'm gonna wean myself down on that one.
Yeah,
but if I do that, I don't like the fact that I can't go 24 hours without drinking some bean water.
Yeah,
and not feeling like myself. It's stupid, you know.
Yeah.
So you know, it's a process. We got off the Zins first, right? I think we're almost in the clear off that, and then next step is coffee. Maybe in November, we shall see. But let's check out some of the meme coins here today. So Pepe, $4.41 billion market cap. I mean, dude, Pepe is looking very, very strong.
Yeah.
Bags are looking good. We have some competition with the Neros. So the first Nero on Ethereum, I mean, dude, this thing gig ascend after that Binance listing. There was some FUD. I don't know if you saw that FUD over the weekend.
I did, yeah.
They like posted that the developers were, the same developers. So this one's popping. I'm happy for this one. It's up 163% of the day, which is 1.63%. Sorry.
Yeah.
Why are they doing 1.63%? That looks like 163.
Yeah. I mean, there's been a lot of FUD and, about maybe Binance being a cabal and stuff like that, but it looks like people don't really care.
I think that both can win. Even this one, though, the other Nero, dude,
looking good.
Sending.
Wow.
127 million.
Wow.
And this one, bro, this one does have better content. They have a good development team. They have a strong community.
Yes.
I do see a world where both Neros can win. I really do.
It's a good sign because usually when something pumps, like the other Nero, they're both in the same network. Like you'll see the liquidity move from one to another, but looks like this one's still alive and well.
This dev team's good, bro.
Yeah.
This dev team's good. This is the one that I went out to Japan to film that vlog for. That vlog went viral, like 250,000 views. And with Dogecoin Day coming up, there might be something else special planned. How about MOG, though?
Yes.
How about MOG?
Culture coin.
Dude, this was one that we had on our show, like right around here, like $200 million market cap when he came onto our Twitter space.
Yeah.
Back in, I think it was like February or April. Dude, this chart looks so healthy. The culture coin, I don't see a world where MOG's going to slow down anytime soon. I mean, it has good liquidity too, 17.7 million in liquidity, doing $11 million in 24-hour trading volume, listed on all the top exchanges. I mean, MOG is clearly here to stay, and I don't think it's long. It hasn't broken $1 billion market cap yet. I don't think it's long before it breaks $1 billion market cap, and I really do believe, not financial advice, it could go to zero, it could go to a trillion. I do think that MOG is a decabillion, which means $10 billion plus token.
Yeah, most definitely, and I agree. And what we're starting to see is that the cat narrative with Pop Cat and stuff like that it's starting to pump.
Yeah.
You know, we're getting that cat narrative, and it looks like, you know, the OG ones that have been here for a while with the strong communities and those sorts of things are starting to catch fire. So it's good. Shout out to the mod community. And the mod community, I mean, it's just like the perfect meme. Just
they're so good. But like, even dude, pull this up, coach. Even the content is just like,
yeah,
it's just good memes.
Vipers, bro.
I mean, it might be the best short form content in terms of memes. Like, you know, their videos they're good. They don't post them as often as Ponky and as often as Brett, but like, look at this, bro. That's good. Like, who the fuck creates that?
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to create that?
Yeah.
Beautifully done.
It can be done with funny AI. Meme. AI is crazy. So
the choice is obviously Mog. Like, which pill are you taking? I think this was actually Beeple. Beeple made this back in the day.
Yeah, shout out to Beeple.
You know, he's bullish on it. I made a video on Mog. When was that? I think it was over the weekend. And here it is. I made this video. Mog is about to take over. It was at like 600. Look at this. When did I make this video? It was at a $621 million market cap when I made this video on October 9th. 5 days later, 800 million. So
nice. Bullish? Coincidence?
I don't know. It's a good video. It was a good video. Does well. Every time I do a Mog video, you know, 23,000 views.
Yeah.
Pretty good on X. Punky as well, 225 million. Yeah. This is another one of my top tokens.
Don't call it a comeback.
Yeah, I mean, this is the token I think is going to send because of all the work they're putting in. And what do all these tokens have in common? They have a good dev team, they have a strong community, they have good branding, good narratives, right? Yeah, exactly. And good blockchains. But I think the fact that Ponky is on Solana is actually a super bullish narrative for Ponky because now 3 of the top 6 tokens are on the Solana blockchain.
Exactly. And I think that Ponky's been one of those ones that have been flying under the radar because they're only at a $220 million market cap size, which is crazy, but the top meme coins are obviously a little higher. But if you look at like the ranking system, like obviously, you know, some of the top meme coins are around, you know, just under $1 billion on the top 10s, and this is at 200 million. I mean, it could definitely get there. It could flip a lot of people by just pumping another $100 million in market cap size, which it has before. But I think the Ponky team, I think when it comes to returns on some sort of, on Solana meme coins, I'm super bullish on Ponky, like number 1.
I would say so.
Yeah, they seem like they're really locked in, the development team.
Yeah, I mean they're dialed in. Their short form content goes absolutely insane on a daily basis. They have a strong community, and I don't see it slowing down. So I think in terms of returns, yeah, the $220 million market cap, it's pretty undervalued. How about Brett though? Brett,
yes, Brett on base,
posting some strong numbers as well. Back up to a $1.13 billion market cap. Crashes Clay put out actually a funny tweet about Brett going to 20 billion and like people being sidelined watching the entire way. I've never once faded Brett. I think this is a token that's going to be absolutely, you know, just sending, and like especially when you look at what's happening with the base chain, I do feel a little bit of a revival coming from the base chain.
It does feel like it. Yeah.
Jesse Pollock gets, you know, put on as a executive of Coinbase, which is absolutely massive. And then within a week of him becoming an executive of Coinbase, so he runs Base. He now runs Coinbase Wallet. He becomes an executive. Within the first week, Degen, a meme coin, is listed on Coinbase.
Yeah,
I think that this is the time that we start to see more tokens start to get listed on Coinbase. And without a doubt, you know, Brett is going to be one of the first ones that's listed on Coinbase. Once that happens, a Binance listing, and then the floodgates open.
Absolutely, yeah. And like you said, like obviously Jesse is the, you know, the main developer creator of Base. He's obviously up a little higher now. And obviously I think when it comes to listings and stuff like that and just making Base stronger, better, faster, everything, we'll definitely see a lot of the top memes and top products on Base do very, very well, you know. I don't know if you want to hop into some news right now real quick.
Yeah, let me go ahead. Let's hop into some news and we'll pull this up.
Because this is good for everyone. Because when it comes to betting markets, we know that Kamala, and you can pull up my screen right here. When it comes to betting markets, you know, obviously Donald Trump is beating Kamala Harris. Some polls show Kamala Harris ahead in some key places. I watched this video by Patrick Boyle, and he's very, very good. He talks about just all things finance. He talked about the whole 𝗖𝗢𝗡 situation, how the FBI created a token. But he talked about this in another video that says crypto has bought the 2024 election. Now, there's a lot of shady stuff in there. And this is a news article from the other day. It says Harris explicitly announced support for crypto just weeks before election. I think a lot of us think that her support for crypto isn't real, but it might be. And this is why. There's a lot of lobbying groups that are involved with crypto that are pumping funds and supporting these candidates on the back end. They are giving these candidates a lot of money. And that's why we see people like XRP siding with Kamala Harris or donating to Kamala Harris. The truth is, these guys are paying and are helping these politicians because they want their companies and they want regulation to favor cryptocurrency to get passed through. That's why Sam Bankman-Fried was the second largest donor to Biden. We don't hear about a lot of this in some of these campaign commercials or anything, but I think, and if you watch that video, you guys should definitely check it out, called "Crypto Has Bought the 2024 Election" by Patrick Boyle. I think that when Kamala Harris becomes, if she becomes president, I think Trump is going to win. I think it might be good for crypto either way, because there's a lot of people involved with crypto giving these guys lots of money. And crypto is one of those things where it's not really that popular yet to the mainstream, but they have a lot of money, right? There's a lot of money in cryptocurrency. So it's one of those things where, and we've seen this for years, and people may think it's shady, but maybe this is how politics, how it's always been. The people that donate to you and help you get elected and fund your campaign, those are the people you help out when you're actually in that position. So it might be one of those situations where even if Kamala gets elected, it may be good for cryptocurrency, just not the way we think it is with Donald Trump and stuff. So that's interesting. So that made me kind of feel good, because I was kind of at a point where, like, man, if Kamala Harris becomes president, then it's over for cryptocurrency. But like we've said before, cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin, doesn't really care who gets elected, but maybe crypto in general doesn't care who gets elected, because they're supplying these guys with a lot of money. It's a very eye-opening video, and they put the pieces together and talk about all the different companies and the lobbying groups that are supporting these candidates. Just goes to show how deep the pockets of cryptocurrency people are, and that, just like when Biden got elected, and the main reason I think why Sam Bankman-Fried never got caught or never got investigated is because of how much he supported the Biden administration.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, we know that's the case, right?
Yeah.
Look at like Pfizer, and it's not even like politicians only, even like news companies, right?
Yeah.
I was watching the MLB game, and it's like Fox News, right? Or Fox runs that, and it was brought to you by Pfizer, right?
Yeah.
So whenever, I think that these medical companies, medical companies like Pfizer, Moderna, they donate so much money to the news channels.
Yeah.
I think it was like 80%, something crazy.
Yeah.
They're not going to speak out negatively about them.
No, of course not.
And same thing when it comes to politics.
Yeah,
and we've been saying it for a while. I really do believe that one politician is going to be a little bit better for cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
But we've also said that cryptocurrency doesn't care who gets elected.
Yeah.
In 2020, was Biden pro-crypto at all? The answer is no.
Yeah.
Bitcoin went to all-time highs. In 2016, was Trump pro-crypto back then? The answer is no.
Yeah.
Bitcoin went to all-time highs. In 2012, was Barack Obama, or 2008, was Barack Obama pro-crypto in 2008 and 2012? No. Still went to all-time highs. So even let's just say Kamala does win this year, right? If she does win, I think for the first 5 days or so, crypto might be trying to figure it out. You might see it dump or you might see a pump depending on, what's going on. But regardless, in October of 2025, we're still going to have all-time highs. But I do think it is important for like the future of cryptocurrency and the regulations and the framework of cryptocurrency, because we saw Donald Trump. I mean, but then again, you look at Kamala, like she also has good people in her corner, right?
Yeah.
She has one of the heads of XRP who's in her corner.
Yeah.
She has Mark
Co-founder.
Cuban, who's very pro-crypto in her corner.
Yeah.
So I think it's about the team that you have and who's going to be there. But as long as we move away from what it is now, which is just iron fist, suing everybody, Wells notices to everybody, I think that crypto will be in a much better landscape. But it would be good if both sides were talking like Donald Trump is talking, where he says, we want to bring crypto adoption here to America. Like we want to bring as many builders, founders, inventors here, and we're going to incentivize them to build here, as opposed to going to Dubai, as opposed to going to El Salvador. Like, let's incentivize smart people to come from China, to come from Dubai, to come build here in a crypto hub. I think that's good for America.
Yeah, absolutely. The issue is, and Brian Armstrong talked about this a lot, is that with all these harsh rules and regulations, we're kind of forcing a lot of people that like cryptocurrency, that are invested in cryptocurrency, out of the country. A lot of people that are building here out of the country because they can't operate, right? It takes one lawsuit to shut down some sort of startup. Yeah, we want those people to be here, and they can be here with some sort of clear regulatory framework, which is going to be interesting, And yeah, like we mentioned before, it doesn't matter who's president. Obviously, I think that Donald Trump would be a little more bullish because he's openly bullish about cryptocurrency. I just hope he doesn't flip once he gets in office, which I don't think so, because he's launching some sort of project. So not a token, right? But a project, I'm hearing.
Yeah.
On X or something like that.
On Aave, yeah. It's just a way. And this is coming from 2 weeks ago. I haven't looked into it. But it's World Liberty Financial.
Yeah.
And essentially, they're trying to bring the power back to the US dollar in terms of stable coins, right? Because what we're seeing right now with BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa.
Yeah.
They're trying to move away from the dollar. They're trying
They
to
are.
get off of the dollar. I think they've had like 30 plus countries that are getting off of the dollar. And Trump, when he gets into office, he's going to try to bring them back through sanctions and incentives to bring them back on the dollar. But also the dollar and payments, currency is moving more digital, right? So
Yeah.
I think they launched this in order to kind of have like backing with the US dollar in the digital world, which is something that not a lot of people talk about. So yeah, they actually have a project, which I think is pretty exciting. Back to this, guys. If you haven't yet, make sure to retweet this. We are at 39. Can we get up to 50, Roddy?
For sure. Get up to 50.
I think we can get up to 50, guys.
Smash the repost. Let's go.
11 people. If you haven't yet, make sure to retweet this video here on X. If you're on YouTube, make sure to smash the like button. Leave some comments. Say what's up in the chat, guys. We do this every single weekday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you are enjoying it, make sure to follow me and Rodney. His name is pinned right here.
Yeah, no more hurricanes. No more hurricanes for us. So
hopefully. No more hurricanes. We are dialed in now. And one other thing I want to talk about. So we're just talking about Trump. Trump might be going on a pretty important podcast.
I saw that. That's crazy because he said he would never have anybody political on his podcast.
Yeah, Joe Rogan did. Joe Rogan did. Let me go ahead and pull this up.
He should have him and Kamala, but she'll never do it, huh?
He should. I think Joe Rogan would be very open to it. That's
because I think he would ask her policy questions, and you can't really edit it out.
Not on a podcast.
He won't edit it.
So this is the actual video. So I think Trump is going to be on the 𝗪𝗓𝗧𝗛 Full Send podcast today, and this is the actual video here from that podcast.
You're doing a lot of podcasts recently. One that I would love to see you on is I think Joe Rogan has to have you on.
Yeah.
Would you do that?
Oh, sure, I would.
I think Joe, like besides us, Joe's.
I think I'm doing it. Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you are going to do Joe Rogan?
Yeah, I am.
Joe Rogan's the best in the game for sure, and I think.
Yeah.
You know.
Did Joe become so well known because of the UFC, and he does a great job with that, right? What was it that made Joe the best?
During COVID, he was very outspoken on all the corruption going on during COVID. And I think that's personally when I started watching him a lot too. And just he's an honest guy too, right?
He is.
So I think
good guy.
And I think you guys together would just.
And he's got a good voice. That's important.
Yeah.
I like you just mentioned that random, but
so dude, that's
bullish.
I mean, dude, like the debates get like 3, 4, 5 million viewers.
Oh no, yeah, this is gonna
live. They probably get a lot more after that, but a sit down like that. I mean, dude, Joe Rogan has a lot of people from both sides of the party, Republicans, liberals, Democrats, and also people right in the middle.
He's had Bernie Sanders on, right?
This was back in the day. So he had a lot of politicians come on.
Yeah.
And then he was like, I don't like, he had Andrew Wang, he had
Tulsi Gabbard.
Bernie Sanders, he had Tulsi Gabbard when she was running. And he's kind of like, I don't want to do that. But I think because so many other people have come out, like Joe Rogan is the biggest influencer, if you want to call him that, podcaster in the world. But because Elon has supported him, because Trump went on the 𝗪𝗓𝗧𝗛, he went on Lex Fridman, he went on Theo Von. It's not like Joe Rogan's like the end all be all, right? If you wanted to hear Trump's story, you could have got it from a lot of people. But I think Donald Trump going on Joe Rogan would be huge, especially if he has a good interview. And Joe's he's kind of a nut. He might ask some pretty interesting questions about UFOs and Kennedy and what's it like to be president. I think if Trump is able to have a sit down talk like we're having right now.
Yeah.
Not scripted, right? There's no questions we have for each other. There's no editing. Like we're just talking. That's why people like it, because they can come in and hear two bros talking.
Yeah.
That's what people want. People want a president that's relatable, not someone that can only just read off a teleprompter.
Exactly.
That's what's scary.
Yeah. I think the reason why Trump won in the first place is because he's so relatable. Like, he didn't speak like a normal politician because, the perception of politicians over forever has been they just say things in the public and do something else behind closed doors. Trump was like the first guy to be like, yeah, I wrote off most of my taxes, and you and your billionaire friends do the same thing. Yeah, I said this, I said that. Like he's not hiding who he is as a person. He's just laying it all out there, and I think that it's relatable to a lot of people. But I don't think what isn't relatable is just going up there and saying, like, trying to say the right things all the time. A lot of people could tell when you're fake. And it was obvious when Trump and like Hillary Clinton had debates in 2016. It's like, one felt authentic and one just sounded like I'm saying these things because I think I should say them. So like him going on Joe Rogan is perfect because we get to see more of his personality. And I think that I would like to see Kamala on Joe Rogan, but I don't think she would because I don't think she has answers to the important questions and you can't edit it. So very interesting. Very interesting.
Absolutely. So we have two donations here. Scud says commandment 3.
I'm sorry. Let's go in order.
Second commandment first. I like these commandments, guys. Second commandment: Thou shalt proclaim the U.S. dollar is the original meme coin. Thus, dollar is destined to a dollar.
Yeah, I saw that.
Commandment 3: Honor the deflationary dollar, for it shall rise while the dollar declines. Thank you guys for the donations. We appreciate all the bangers here today. But yeah, I agree with you, Rodney. A Trump Joe Rogan podcast, I think, would break the internet and break the internet. And I really think that people like especially when it comes to politicians, people are craving like just a sit down talk. Like I personally don't like the, hey, how you doing? So here we are today. I'm the governor of Minnesota, and what we're going to do is we're going to bring the power back to the people and meanwhile, these guys are getting like $50 million checks from Pfizer. Like
exactly.
Just corrupt. For sure, the most corrupt industry that there ever has been. Politicians, especially in America, I think all over the world. But that's why Trump is liked by so many, is because he's just an outsider. He's not one of us because he's a fucking billionaire.
But he can relate well to people.
He's not a politician, though.
Yeah,
he's not a bread and butter. He's not going to take bribes. He's not going to take money from this company to do something. Like he's a true businessman, and I truly do believe that he wants to make America great again. Did you see that there was almost a third assassination attempt on him?
What was that? I didn't see that.
So there was a guy. This is actually, dude, this is wild. The fact that this keeps happening. So obviously the shooter in Butler, right?
Okay.
The guy at his golf course, which I mean, two like close assassination attempts is crazy. And then I think he was in India, which is in California. Okay. And some lunatic came in. He had like he printed out a fake VIP pass and he came in his car to get into the VIP area. And thank God there was a deputy there where it was like, let me see your credentials. His license plate was made at home. So he had a fake license plate with an unregistered vehicle. And he had a loaded shotgun and a loaded handgun. And he was trying to get in to his rally. But dude, the third one in, what is it, 2 months, 3 months?
Wow, that's crazy. Vivek Ramaswamy talked about how they're going to try to kill him. If they can't throw him in jail, they can't slander him enough where people don't want to elect him, and the perception is changing. They're going to try to kill him.
It's crazy.
That's crazy.
The third one. So thankfully, there was a cop that was, like on his shit.
Yeah, vigilant.
There could have been a time like where cops, underpaid out there in the hot sun in Coachella, whatever it is. Like, oh, you got your VIP tag? Okay, here you go. Cop was on his shit. Saw some fishy stuff that was happening. Checked his license plate. Saw it was made at home, but apparently the guy was already released. The guy was already released on a $5,000 bail.
I think because maybe he didn't do anything. He just had weapons on him. So
yeah,
it's one of those technically. He didn't do anything.
Yeah, but in California, if a guy shows up with a loaded rifle and a loaded gun to a president's rally,
wow,
with a fake license plate and fake everything, you
gotta assume
the worst.
Yeah, logical brain would say that, but the justice system's a little stupid. It's like the first assassination attempt where they didn't shoot that guy until he shot first.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Just crazy.
But they got better, right? Because the second one they fired at the guy.
Oh yeah, they got it. Yeah,
in the bushes. Muhammad, fourth commandment: Thou shalt meme responsibly. The most entertaining outcome is the most likely.
That's true.
Dollar to a dollar is inevitable.
Shout out to this community. They've been like rating our chats since for like weeks now, right?
Shout out to Dollar. Absolutely. Elizabeth Grace sounds like a nice Republican lady. The third assassination attempt on Trump raises questions. Suspect was Vem Miller. He is a Trump supporter, possibly targeted for an anti-deep state doc. It's hard to know what's true these days. Yeah.
It's so hard to know what's true. I've watched a lot of what I've been into recently was like WikiLeaks and Edward Snowden and those sorts of things, like Julian Assange. I've been really yesterday, that's what I spent the entire day doing pretty much, is just chilling and watching those documentaries. And there are so many things dude, all of our technology watches us. I knew that, but you don't really know it. And the things they'll do to keep, there's so much shit going on behind the scenes that we have no clue. And these conspiracy theories, a lot of them are turning out to be true. It's just wild. It's like, man, it does make you lose trust in your government as time goes on. I don't mean that. I'm kidding. I'm not serious about that. I'm not a communist. But what I'm saying is, damn, they're really spying on us.
Yeah,
really spying on us.
Well, I think that it's good and bad. I think that if there's people that are planning to blow up schools and shit, I would want them to spy. But it's should they spy on every single American? That's how
do you know then? Yeah,
that's the question. But I would imagine that there's probably been thousands of attacks that have been prevented because of the NSA.
Hope so.
I would imagine.
I hope so, because they were watching the first shooter.
Think about remember the Taylor Swift one that happened recently in Europe or something? Someone planned to go and do some damage at a Taylor Swift concert. Yeah. It was averted because of the FBI, and that stopped thousands of people from getting injured. So yeah, it's just it's a fine line. like when I was thinking, I was watching the Dodger game yesterday. There's like 65,000 people there in LA. And I was just thinking about how many fucking people on this world there are. And
It's
like,
crazy.
you do need to have some form of government. Imagine if like everybody's structured right now, like most people in America are at work, they have wife, they have kids, they have bills to pay. Imagine if this was just a free for all. Like there's 8 billion people all over the world. Like I was in Japan,
Yeah.
I was in Tokyo, and I'm like, holy shit, there's 15 million people in Tokyo. Like a place that we've never even been to, heard of, thought about. Like imagine if we didn't have this structure and order that we had on a daily basis. Like it's kind of impressive that the government, which is so small, is able to keep all of these people in line and acting properly and doing the right thing.
You know, what was crazy is that obviously the Hurricane Milton just hit us. But you know, I was watching something about Hurricane Katrina, and like there was straight just straight anarchy, and you had people out there just like shooting other people, looting and those sorts of things. And there was some looting here. I don't know exactly which county, but there was some looting here in Tampa. But yeah, it just goes to show that, yeah, I mean, when there's consequences, it does stop people. But in situations where there's natural disasters and those sorts of things, like, yeah, I mean, you in my opinion, you really just got to arm yourself. You know, if people are evil. It's crazy. And even Ron DeSantis, first of all, shout out to Ron DeSantis for his absolute insanely good leadership during this whole situation. Went on the news and talked about, hey man, you know, Florida is, you know, we're a gun state, and if you try to break into somebody's house, you may get shot. You know, so if you want to do those sorts of things, fine, but you will get shot and those sorts of things. And I love to hear that from a governor. But I think it's more important. That's why it's so important to protect yourselves. You know, if you can, you know, use a gun, and if you're familiar with it and your state allows you to do certain things, definitely, you know, exercise your rights. But yeah, I mean, it's tough because when I was watching those things about WikiLeaks and, you know, them, you know, leaking the NSA, how they're spying on Americans, it's like there are some evil, heinous people out there that are going to commit these crazy acts. You know, but how do you get that information without spying on people? You know, I don't know. It's tough.
It's tricky. You know, after 9/11, I think that's when they got it passed. And yeah, I mean,
the Patriot Act, they called it Patriot.
Yeah, and it is complicated because I think if you ask most people, like, hey, do you want to be spied on by the government? The answer would be no, right?
No, yeah.
But then again, I really do think that there's probably thousands of attacks, tens of thousands of attacks that have happened.
Yeah,
that probably would have happened that we didn't hear about because they were spying in. Like some guy Googles like how to make a bomb, how to, you know.
Which if you're Googling that shit, just prepare to get absolutely wrecked. But you know, the original assassination attempt, the first one on Trump, which is crazy, I'd say the first one, he was on the FBI's watch list too.
Was he?
Yeah, there was plenty of people on the FBI's watch list. You know, that carried out some. I can't say any off top, but I've heard situations where a person shot up something, or they
happened with that school shooter.
Yeah,
recently in Georgia. I think it was Georgia.
Yeah,
but it was a 13-year-old kid. It's like, and the cops went to the house. The dad was like, "No, my son would never do that." The kid came out like, "Oh, that wasn't me." It's like, how can you? It's tough. It's tough to be perfect and get them all. But I do think that a lot of these attacks probably have been thwarted. A couple donations here. We have more commandments coming in. So Scuds, shout out to Scuds. Thou shalt believe, commandment 5. $1 can make thee rich beyond measure.
Wow.
Bud Yeti. When a billionaire is more relatable with half the nation versus the usual politicians, that says a lot. Yeah. I mean, your money doesn't really define you, you know?
Yeah.
And we saw that recently. It's like Kamala she's pretty good on teleprompter, but when that thing goes off, like Stephen Colbert asked her one question, and it was like, how are you going to be different than Joe Biden? What would you do the same? And it was just like, the American people, like just one
answer the question.
Yeah, that's kind of scary, you know, because if I get it, cameras are on, there's people in the crowd. Sometimes your brain, you know, goes. It's tough to speak in front of large crowds like that.
It's tough to be the leader of the free world, you know.
But you shouldn't only be good on teleprompter. I'm so happy for the election season to be over. Commandment 6. Jesus. We got a lot of commandments. Thou shalt dream of Lambos when dollar hits, the garage awaits. I like these dollar guys. I might have to ape.
You want a Lambo? Would you ever get a Lambo or like a Ferrari?
No, I don't even have a car.
Yeah, I think we would never.
I'll buy a Tesla robo-taxi, and we're gonna have a fleet.
Hey,
that's gonna be our investment. We're gonna be the first ones to do that. We're gonna buy 20 different Tesla robo-taxis, and we're gonna have a fleet, and we're just gonna send them out.
You getting a Tesla robot too?
Yeah, for sure.
That'd be sick, right?
Put some blonde hair on her.
They're actually making like I saw they're making like realistic sex dolls. Those are gonna fly off the shelves.
I don't think I'll ever buy one.
Fly.
I don't think I'll ever buy
Tesla
one.
robot or sex doll?
Robot.
Yeah, but sex doll, no, definitely not. Definitely not.
Ronnie's gonna get one.
But
He likes that.
definitely
Freaky
not.
shit.
You know. But yeah, the I think the robot maybe like a little robot butler
Yeah.
might choke your ass. Might just be fed up one day. Maybe tired of making your bed for you, bro. Might start choking you out, dude.
I don't know, man. I think like I would love to have a little robot here to do my laundry, do my dishes.
I'm
make
saying,
my
bro.
bed.
Yeah. Good morning, Jake.
You know, like, hey, can you make me a coffee? Like right now. Hey, can you flip the laundry? Because you have laundry in right now. It's like, can you flip the laundry? So I would,
yeah, first of all, yeah, my washing machine's been broken, by the way.
it sucks when you have like shit going on, first world problems. Because I had them like, remember, it just like your washing machine broken. It sucks. It's a first world problem, but doesn't it just like anger you because you're paying so much for like a good house that like it should be fixed?
Yeah, how can I get a new washing machine? My washing machine's it's been broken for like a month. They repaired it one time, I guess, but it's actually broken. But yeah, first world problems. It sucks to complain about that, but like I gotta complain about something.
We had it. I mean, remember the Wi-Fi? That bothered me.
Oh
Man.
my!
I was like, but it's just frustrating little things. But you do realize that like we have so much to be grateful for.
It's so much.
But yeah, I mean, it's like when you pay a lot for a good service, you should get the service. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
It's okay to complain.
Fix my washer. Yeah.
Yeah, like our Wi-Fi was so busted for so long, dude. Seventh commandment: Thou shalt work for my bags or thy bags, for which who does not is hereby homosexual. Seventh, I like the seventh one.
Yeah.
Thou shalt work for thy bags, for which who does not is hereby homosexual.
There's an 8-1. Yeah.
Thou shalt spread the message. It's not about the money. It's about sending a message. Dollar shall ratio the dollar. I like these guys a lot.
Scuds is a goat.
I like these guys a lot.
There's 9.
Holy shit. Well, there's 10 commandments. So I think
yeah.
they're going to keep coming. Thou shalt build generational wealth, for dollar shall pass on riches unto your children's children.
Okay, what's the 10th one?
I'm gonna pull up their chart.
Yeah, they were at 300,000 last time we checked it out. Then they were at 800,000. So let's see if they beat it.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, they got good community members.
Yeah, they've been ripping.
Is this it, dude?
You don't have it pulled up.
Dollar on Soul.
I think is it on Soul? I thought it was on.
Are you guys dollar on Soul?
It just should be a picture of a dollar.
Well, there's a dollar on Soul that's fucking giga ripping.
Is it? Let me see if it's that's the one.
Really?
Yeah. What is it at now?
2 mil.
Wow. So they first showed it at $300,000 to us. I mean, it had a pump and dump, but wow.
I'm gonna give him a follow. The original meme coin.
Yeah, maybe I gotta give him a follow too.
I like it.
Yeah, I mean they're always here. So, I mean that's a message to any other project, man. If you guys are here supporting us, we'll support you guys. Jeez, shout out to you guys, dude.
Yeah, they're ripping. Do you guys have a 10th one? I know there's 10 commandments. I don't want to end the stream without the 10th one coming in because there are 10 commandments. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not murder. Thou shalt not commit adultery, which is important, guys. If you're out there, don't cheat on your wife or cheat on your husband. Here's commandment 10th. I'm glad I didn't end it. Commandment 10, thou shalt proclaim in dollar we trust for all us, dollars are dust. I like it. Is this the correct one?
Yeah,
I think I followed it.
That's it. Yeah, dollar on Soul.
Shout out to those guys for raiding the stream. And the boys are back.
Yeah.
We did it Friday, right?
Yeah.
I think I was getting sick because my brain wasn't working that day.
Yeah.
We were sick over the weekend. What did we catch?
I have no clue, but we're still a little sick.
Dude, I woke up like at midnight last night, just nose just running everywhere. Did we get a bug?
Probably.
I mean, bro, I'm never sick, and I've been getting sick a lot. Coach hates me. I canceled train this morning, but I got up.
Pissed.
I did. I woke up. I meditated. I did breath work. I did yoga. I was like, I feel better now than when I get a nice workout in. It's like nice to kind of wake up slow and get into the flow of things.
It does.
You know?
Yeah, you get a lot done, and I like slow mornings. You know, some people are like big pipe hitters in the morning, but
I'm a big pipe hitter in the morning.
Yeah.
I feel like productive when I get my shit in.
Yeah, because now you have to do something later. You know, like now you feel like you have to do something, or maybe walk a little bit, get some sunshine, stuff like that.
I'm gonna see. I might switch it up. I think it just depends on scheduling because I like to get videos done in the morning too.
Yeah,
because then my editor can get started. You know.
Yeah.
As opposed to like getting a workout in now and then doing my videos later. I don't know how that works. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah.
3,500 people.
Great show,
guys. If you are tuning in for the first time, Rodney and I do this every single Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So come join us every single Friday. We are live on Spotify. We are live on Apple Podcasts. So make sure to go like and subscribe to those. And we'll be back tomorrow. And crypto is how's it looking today?
Hopefully $67,000 Bitcoin tomorrow. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. 67K Bitcoin tomorrow, guys.
So we're at $66,000, $2,600 ETH, $590 BNB. Things are looking good. And as you guys saw, meme coins are are absolutely ripping as well. So we appreciate you guys for tuning in. We'll be back
Peace.
tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
See you guys. Have a
Peace
good
out,
one.
everybody.
Bye.